Hello and welcome back to SirKentSaid.com. So, how's everybody's weekend going? It was a crazy, mixed up kind of week for me. Work was just all over the place. FedEx fucked up, so my new drone won't be getting here until tomorrow. And I have to be around a sign for it. So that'll be all kinds of fun. But anyway, let's get to why we're all here. That whole Will Smith redemption tour movie known as Bad Boys 4, Ride or Die, or is it just Bad Boys 4? Then we'll call it Bad Boys 4. As of the making of this video, um, it has made roughly $56 million since its opening night, Thursday night. Um, it has made globally $104 million on $100 million budget. Sony wasn't necessarily willing to go all balls out on a gamble because what Will Smith did, the slap her around the world, they were not as sure as they once were in this one paying off. So they wanted to keep that budget, 100-ish or below, and they did. And it seems to be working out pretty well. With those kind of numbers, if they want to, the argument could be made for a five. I'm going to say how I hope that goes here in a minute. I went in with mixed emotions on this because of the whole slap her around the world. And I must say that I was pleasantly surprised with the finished product. Now, was it perfect? No. I'm going to pick apart the fight scenes, and that's just how I roll. But first of all, the movie stars Will Smith. All know who he is. Martin Lawrence, Joe Pantoliano via flashbacks, and those flashbacks are still funny as shit. Um, Dennis Green, who plays Reggie, who I'll circle back to this too, is a star in this movie. And Jacob Scipio, who is the son on screen of Will Smith, as you remember from the last movie. Um, I like how they didn't just forget about or move on from the fact that Smith's character had a son in the last movie who, through his actions, caused a lot of the shit that's going on now in this movie. Let's just say if Will Smith had been in the picture, maybe things would have turned out differently. And that's brought up a lot of times in the movie because, yeah, if you hadn't done what you did, we wouldn't be in this mess right now. I really enjoyed how Martin Lawrence, after all this time, got his chance to shine because Smith's character is now married. So, for the first time in his life, he's experiencing the things that Martin Lawrence's character has lived through the entire series. And he is not handling it well because of an incident that happened to Martin Lawrence in the movie. He truly believes that he is immortal now and is doing increasingly stupid and reckless things. And Mike is more hesitant and tends to think his way through stuff like Martin Lawrence used to. So that in itself is kind of funny. Um, there's also a cameo by Michael Bay, which is funny as fuck. It's like 15 seconds long, not even, but it was still kind of cool. I have to send a massive, massive shout out to Dennis Green, Reggie, because we all know how he got introduced. And this boy, let's just say some people went to Martin Lawrence's house where he was with Martin Lawrence's wife and his pregnant wife. And Reggie was Wu Tang. He ain't nothing to fuck with. He killed like that boy handled his business and was looking good doing it. If they do a five of this, and I think they will with this box office, this opening weekend box office, they need to focus on Reggie and Will Smith's son, and they just need to be the next generation. I don't know how it's going to work out, but that's how they need to focus on that because Reggie ain't nothing to fuck with. He made them regret getting up that morning. I woo. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Reggie handled his business, but that's also something I wanted to focus on. The action scenes. While I do love a good use of a drone, and it was the same director as from the last one, so he definitely believes in drone usage, the circling effects of shots, stuff like that, which is very good. But he also, in order to compensate for Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's getting on in age there, they ain't Jackie Chan. They can't do like they used to. He relied on a lot of shaky cam and a lot of what the fuck just happened because you were too close. So that was upsetting and it took me out of the movie. Um, so I didn't like that. The action scenes that were shot were done well, but that one scene with Reggie, I cannot put some respect on his name. Respect Reggie. All in all, I'm going to say that this was a very, very good night out to movies. I really appreciate the role reversals between Martin Lawrence and Will Smith as far as their attitudes towards the action now. Um, Hollywood, stop the shaky cam bullshit. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. And Reggie, yo man, props. All in all, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 with a recommendation to go see it on the big screen. I went to go see it in standard. You know, you can go see it in IMAX. I cannot recommend 40X. Will not recommend 40X. And those are my thoughts. And I see you on the other side.